Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another draft, another second live stream that we've had. Actually, third live stream. We can count the last year's WWB with JoJo. But yeah, it's nice that we actually finally get to do this together to live stream together on this. So obviously, Turkey Bowl. We all know what happened with that one. One of the biggest. Not, I wouldn't say blowout, but I'll say it's the biggest blowout without ever having an interception or a turnover. There's no turnovers in that game, which is wild. To win by 3 possessions and not have any turnovers, pretty solid. Everyone came out strong. We had guys who filled in the last second. Guys like Manoli, who's coming back for his second bowl game. Tanner, David Byer, who no one expected that from him. He came out firing and looked pretty good, to be quite honest. I think if he was in this bowl game, he's not one of the guys who's going to be in this draft. I think he'd be a top 5 round pick. 6 rounds. He'd be a top 5 round pick. I'm joking, Byer. We love you if you watch this. But anyway, we're gonna start off here. So there's kind of a little bit of a hoopla, and I want to get this covered here. So winners get a chance to change the rules, and I know everyone's saying, well, you can change any rules. Like, no, you can't change the rules. If it's like unfair, I wouldn't do it. So what I say is you can do a rule change, right? Like Aiden wants to keep it. Like for example. Aiden wins. Aiden wants to keep Alex and JoJo. That's not that. Yeah, that's fine. He keeps his guys. That's cool. Like because Nick was. I don't know. You didn't read the Facebook comments. Nick was saying, "Oh, you can change any rules. You can have you can keep 5 guys on your team. Anybody?" I was like, "Well, no, that'd be unfair." But like, you can do any kind of keeping you want that's within reason. And for example, Alex and JoJo. If Aiden had the first pick overall, he would draft Alex. So I had the first pick. I'm not taking Alex. I'm letting him have the guy he would draft overall if he won, if it was the winner. So that's not an unfair thing. That's why Aiden really hasn't had any kind of like frustration with the whole keeper thing. It's not like it's not like a right. I mean, talk to these guys.
It's not really like that big of a deal. I have more like issues with the DC flag rules itself than the actual way like
the game
drafting. Yeah.
But so I just want to let you guys know that. So Nick and people who think it's like this ridiculous thing that I can make any kind of rule, it's not an unfair rule. The only thing that changes is the fact that I have a keeper next to Cobb and Yaglu's name, and now Barry is my third keeper, who's a 4th round tender. For those who don't know the keeper rules, a tender means so I'm going by the previous draft. So previous draft, I kept Yaglu and Cobb with my 1st round picks. Will Yaglu was my 3rd round pick. He didn't play, but then Barry was my 4th round pick. So in this draft, I'm keeping Barry at his 4th round value, which means when we get to the 4th pick, I will not. I won't pick that round. I'll keep Barry for that round, and I'll even mention it when we're doing this. So, so we're going to begin here with the draft. So with the first pick overall, I'm going to go with I'm keeping him Ryan Cobb. Ryan Cobb, MVP of the Turkey Bowl. 2nd bowl game he's played in since breaking his finger in the flag season this past year. He dominated. Last bowl game, actually, he had a cast on during the Summer Bowl, and he played through that and dominated. We're gonna be happy to have him back. He was MVP. We had people commenting on. It's actually somebody on Twitter even said compared him to Hunter Renfrow, that was pretty funny. But so we're going Ryan Cobb with our first pick overall. So Aiden, the floor is yours for your first pick.
My first pick, gonna be solid person, solid hands, great. I mean, has showed consistent, number 1 numbers like over the course of like a lot of bowls. I mean, when he's healthy, of course. But Alex Olsen. Yeah.
All right. You know what? Alex took a lot of criticism. I think both teams actually, not criticism. It was more we kind of commented on it on our team during the game, and I'm not joking around. I think it was over. I don't know if you do this. Game's over. I look at Alex and I'm like, "Are you all right?" He goes, "What?" "Yeah." Well, what are you talking about? And I was like, "Oh, I thought like I saw him at safety. He really wasn't moving. He was like kind of staying in one spot." I'm like, "Okay." Like the last bowl game, he hurt his hamstring. So I was concerned about him, and then he told me he was fine. Maybe with having a bigger roster this time around, 7 men on each team, I think maybe that'll help Alex, and he won't have to play safety if there is a hamstring injury concern. He says he's downplaying it, so there's probably no hamstring injury, but there's a good chance that could happen. Hamstring injuries reoccur. Once you get one, that's not the last one you're going to get. But that's great. So good pick. Alex consistent. I think he likes to round up, say at 30 catches. I think he probably had around like 22 maybe. You only threw to one guy the entire time. So yeah, actually, can you comment on that? So you had some guys on your team who didn't like the fact that you only threw to one guy the entire time. Can you, or two guys, Manoli and Alex? Let's talk about that a little bit.
I mean, we were kind of down by like 4 touchdowns, like almost the entire time. So I was really just trying to get it to our best players, and I mean towards like the end of the game. I threw it to Paul probably more than I threw to like Manoli.
Yeah, Paul had a good game.
I think like in the second half of the game, Manoli like had like the least amount of like I think Manoli only had like 3 catches in like the second half because they were just like bombs that I threw up to him.
True.
And then it was mainly Paul and Alex and Nick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's that Manoli like really didn't do that much apart from the first half.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. The second half, yeah, you're right. Paul did have a really good game. It's unfortunate Paul's not playing in the WWB. Yeah. You got your first start. Paul was on your team during the WWB, so it's unfortunate Paul couldn't play in this one. But all right, so second round, I'm going with my other keeper, Michael Yaglu. I almost didn't keep him. I was really disappointed in the way he was acting the days leading up to the Turkey Bowl. And the morning of, I thought he was fucking with me when he told me he wasn't playing. Really didn't like the way he texted it too. I had to call him, and then I obviously found out that he was actually sick. But I didn't like the text that I got. Cobb and I were looking at each other when we got the text. Like, he fucking with us. It was more like I ain't feeling it today or something like that. He wasn't feeling it today. It's the Turkey Bowl. He was very close to not getting being kept. But we probably, you know what? He texted me. He apologized about the way he handled things and the way he handled himself, drinking a lot the days before the Turkey Bowl, and I think he's going to change his tune a little bit for the Wonderland Bowl. It's the day before Christmas, so someone's got to be calm, relaxed. So Michael Yaglu, I mean, his body of work speaks for itself. Besides him, the random of him dropping out at the bowl game, but like Yaglu, we're glad to have him back. And quite frankly, if we had him during the Turkey Bowl, we probably would have won that game by maybe like 5 touchdowns. But we had to fill in the last second. But we're happy to have Yaglu back on the squad.
For my second round pick, I'm going to go with JoJo. He bailed last time, but I mean, why did he bail again?
Work he couldn't get out of.
Oh yeah, I mean that's I mean you can't really do anything about that. But JoJo, he's consistent. He's shown himself. He's a ridiculous athlete, and he's a deep phenom. So yeah, I'm excited to have him back.
Yeah, love JoJo. JoJo also gives you the option if you guys want to do some fun stuff with the quarterback. You can do that. Yeah, JoJo's fun. Talk to him. He couldn't get out of work. So this is funny. He couldn't get out of work for the 23rd, right? Yeah. But he says he's not going in work that day. He's just going to call in sick that morning. He tried to do PTO. It didn't let him happen. So he's going to go with the old the sick day trick, which is a great trick to have. So it's a great pick. I was hoping you wouldn't draft him. But anyway. So third round now. So keep in mind, I kept Barry, so it's not third. He's my third keeper. Doesn't mean he's a third round pick. He was a 4th round pick, so he's going to be kept next round. So, all right. So my pick here is interesting. There's a guy who I think he's played in 2 bowls, and I've had him for 1. Actually, 3 bowls? I think 2 bowls. But anyway, play basketball. This guy, he's a good rebounder. I thought his hands were kind of suspect in the last bowl game that he played in. He dominated. I mean, he actually surprised me because I was like, whoa, he actually has good hands. Because when he played with us, I mean, he was more of like a red zone threat, but he's an athlete. He runs like every day of the week. He's a solid athlete. He can jump out the roof, out the gym. We're excited to have Charlie Ottavio joining the squad. I told him, I sent him a link because I figured you were going to go JoJo and Alex. I sent him a link of a Red Cobra Kai shirt to wear. Hopefully he buys it. It's always good to have a Cobra Kai shirt anyway, just in case you want to come support the guys during the season, just to have that. But yeah, Charlie Ottavio is coming to the squad, and we're really excited about it.
That's great. Yeah, he dominates in a b-ball.
Yeah.
It's actually like really annoying going against him. So that's me paying. So I mean, that's a great pick. So this is my 3rd round pick. Yeah. This one, I mean, some people might not agree with this, but personally, I'm going with this guy. He proved himself his first ever bowl game. He did great. Uh, um, uh, Good deep ball guy. Good hands. Couple drops, but I mean it was probably just like the pressure of like his first ever time. Uh, uh, I think this guy's gonna dominate. I'm gonna go Manoli.
Ooh, yeah, Manoli proved himself. My first bowl game is nerve wracking, especially when anybody.
Yeah.
Second half, I think he started to feel himself
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, no, he was good, and he's a gamer. Aiden just told me before we got on, this kid wasn't even gonna. There was a chance he wasn't gonna be in town. He's actually supposed to go out of town with his family. Instead, he's staying a little bit later and leaving right after the game's over to go home. Or to go to wherever he's going for the holiday. So amazing that with this kid, we have that kind of dedication as far as the next generation, because our guys are falling like flies every day. We got hamstring injuries, we got all sorts of stuff, and we got guys like Manoli and yeah, so it's great. But I will say, are you kind of concerned, Manoli, covering Cobb? Because you guys had that a little bit. And that didn't work out for you guys.
I think now. I think this draft. I think I'm gonna have more athletes and more defensive guys. So I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a zone, and if it starts to like fall, I think I'd rather have Manoli on Charlie.
Ooh,
because they're about like
same height, kind of
same height, like lanky.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so now we're going to, this is round 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so now,
so it's me again. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so round 4 here. I'm keeping Barry with this pick. Marcus Berry, MVP in the Summer Bowl. He didn't drop a pass during that last game. He caught some passes that I was like, fuck. Like, there's one pass sideline. I threw it to a spot. Barry just comes and grabs it. I was like, holy crap, that's actually a legit like receiver move to do that. So really happy with the way Barry's playing. Don't like the way Barry's been acting off the field. So it's I'm kind of scared because I'm trying to draft 2 cancers. You could say cancers. Yaglu, bails the last second. Barry has bailed before. Barry is barely speaking to any of his friends right now. Kind of pathetic and sad, actually. So I hope he bounces back. And maybe it's my birthday tomorrow, so maybe I get a birthday text from him. Maybe he snaps out of his whole thing on my birthday, snaps out of it. But yeah, we're excited to have Barry back as our keeper. So,
yeah.
Did Barry surprise you?
Yeah,
you didn't know about the Summer Bowl.
He did. I mean, he didn't do like extremely good, but I mean, like he had plays that I really didn't think he was gonna like do. But yeah, I mean, solid. Yeah. So for my 4th pick. So my problem last draft was I didn't have really any speed on my team, like at all. I think I had like 2, like Manoli, and I mean that's kind of it. So I mean this draft I'm gonna go speed, because that was also a huge defensive problem too, So I'm going speed and quickness and a defensive player overall, young guy. Yeah.
Oh no.
Young guy, another one of my friends. I'm going Tanner.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm going for speed this draft.
Yeah. That's a good pick. I was hoping you weren't going to go him. I really want Tanner back. I think Tanner wanted to be on this team too, but it's unfortunate. Yeah, Tanner's great, man. He stepped up when Yaglu bailed, because originally we got Byer. You were going to keep Tanner, and then you asked if Manoli could come. Manoli came. Yaglu dips out, and I asked you which one do you want. You chose Manoli over Tanner. And then we got Tanner on our team. Tanner played well. I think he had a few touchdowns, a few extra points, a few 2-point or 1-point conversions. Had some pass deflections. He's solid. He's a gamer, and we love gamers around here. And again, another guy, the young generation stepping up when guys who are bailing out with hamstring injuries, being hungover and they can't show up. So it's great that we have the new crop coming in and doing well. All right, so now this is where we get to the tricky part of the draft here. So we have 2 rounds left here. So, okay. So I'm going to go with my guy. Garrett Gooey.
Oh.
So this week he texted me. He said, can you draft me? I'm like, why? He goes, I barely got the ball last game. Aiden only threw 2 people. I'm like, okay. Nothing against Aiden. It was more Aiden was only throwing to his friends, it seemed like, Alex and Manoli. And for me, I don't care. If you can catch, you can't catch. I don't care. If you can pull flags, that's amazing. And Garrett,
he was a defensive stud.
He was amazing. He was coming. I was watching the footage again. I'm like, holy shit, he's pulling shit out of nowhere. So he saw it. Also, solid receiver. He's been on my team before. And with our team, we like to spread the ball around. I mean, Byer, I made that kid from a 7th round pick to a 4th or 5th round pick if he was to be in a redraft. But now we got Gooey to come back to the squad. And we're really excited to have Garrett, especially for his defensive dynamo qualities he brings. And, you know, he can play center. He played center from before. So we're really excited to have Gooey on the squad.
Yeah, that's a good pick. He's a great flag puller. Flag puller. Yeah. I actually was hoping you were going to go with someone else so I could get him. But, I mean, he doesn't want to be on my team. So, just going to have to show him. But I think for this pick, I'm going to go someone I haven't seen in a while. Yeah, someone I haven't seen in a while. The last time I saw him, he was a dead on the ground with a hamstring injury.
That's not true. He played in the camera in the Cinco de Mayo Bowl.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I did not remember that. But yeah, I haven't seen this guy in a long time, and I'm glad he's back. Stu Adams.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
I was texting Cobb, some of my teammates here, and we actually wanted to go with Stu, and then it took him. So that's a great pick. Yeah, Stu. I don't know. I know he runs a little bit. I don't know what his shape's like as far as like running. I know he's in the gym all the time. His legs are fucking enormous. He was telling me he reps like 450 squat now, so like pretty solid. So and he's always been a solid guy, always been a solid receiver, never a burner. So like him not having speed is not a big deal. He never really had that. Good hands though, and this guy likes to throw, the underneath routes. So if you have a good hands, you're good to go. And he's a good team guy, good rah guy, good if I'm bothering you during the game, like saying shit, he's like that. Don't worry about him. Like, don't listen to him. Just fucking stay focused. Yeah. He's that kind of guy. Yeah. I love Stu. I didn't want you to have him, but anyway. So we're gonna go here. Interesting pick. Nick kind of got on my nerves this week with his commenting about his the keeper rules and stuff, and it really bothered me. And I didn't like that. One guy I did love who was on my team last time was A Millie. And of course I came up with a nickname on Millie. So I want to say it here right now. We are going to go A Millie. A Millie. And this guy, he was amazing with our team. I think he had like 7 catches or something like that. Like his most he's ever had in a bowl game. He's a great flag puller and length, height. Which one thing I really kind of ignored height for a really long time, but now we got A Millie on the squad again. I think he really enjoyed being on the squad. And I think to have A Millie is an amazing thing. And to play against Nick is great because Nick is a shit talker. He doesn't like being on my team anyway. So me drafting him, it's like, okay, well, why am I drafting a guy who doesn't want to be on my team? So A Millie, he's a gamer and he's a team guy. And with this last pick, I mean, why not? So, Aiden, let me ask you something. So what's probably the worst gift someone could get on Christmas? We're gonna call it. So you had Mr. What was the last one? Mr. Cole. Okay, Mr. Cole. No, yeah, Mr. Roxon Cole here. So the Mr. Relevant pick, the Mr. Roxon Cole pick of the Winter Wonderland Bowl draft goes to obviously one guy,
Nick Burton. But I mean, I'll take that. I personally myself, I don't think he's a last tender, but I'll take that as my last tender. Let's do it. Yeah.
As like Nick, he was a high draft pick with the Turkey Bowl, and so I want to ask you. I think he's like a 3rd round pick.
No, he was 4th.
4th round pick, 4th round, dropped to the 7th round. Yeah. What is that? Are you saying it's because of his play, or is it more the talent that's out there is better than it was?
I mean, the talent is a lot better, and I mean, he played fine. He had a couple great catches.
They did.
I'd like him to be faster, get in better shape. But I mean,
I got 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I mean, he has great hands and he's a character. Yeah.
He's a character. He's got great hands. Yeah. Hey, he brought the tunes with that little small little lunchbox, little speaker box. Yeah. So love to have Nick back with us. And yeah, I'm happy he's not on my team just because for the fact that he loves playing against me. So there's kind of this two characters going up against each other. So yeah, I like both teams. I think it's a very even teams for both of us. Can't wait to play this one out. Hopefully it's closer than last one. But yeah, because we'd love an overtime right before Christmas Eve. But anyway, so that does it for the Winter Wonderland Bowl draft. We'll see you guys at the Winter Wonderland Bowl on December 23rd. let's say 11:30 again, probably start at noon like last time, and we'll have a referee. CT is going to be there,
Oh, really?
so
Okay.
this is good.
Awesome, yeah.
So we'll wait, but not people don't have to count the Mississippi's. And that does it for the drafts until I think the next bowl game, the Cinco de Mayo Bowl draft. So that was May. So enjoy this one, guys. Bowl season only comes around 5 times a year, so enjoy it.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys at the bowl game.
Good business.
Yes, sir. I didn't see his comments. First round talent, they're awesome. Newcomer's already shown long term interest in the bowl. Love it. Deep draft. Wow.
Yeah, wow.